I'm 65 years old now, and I don't have much patience left for pretending I understand the world the way young people do. My hands shake when I hold a cup of tea. My memory skips sometimes, but there's one thing I remember clearly, because it took most of my life to understand it. I became what people would call a successful YouTuber, and almost no one tells you what it actually costs. I'm not saying this because I'm bitter. I'm saying it because I don't have much time left to lie politely. Right now, I sit alone most mornings. The house is quiet in a way that feels permanent. There are plaques on the wall, framed play buttons, old photos from events where people shook my hand and told me I inspired them. I dust them sometimes, not because they matter, but because dust gathers fast when nothing else is happening. People still recognize my voice. Some still recognize my face, fewer every year. Fame has a short memory. Old age does not. When I was younger, in my late 20s, YouTube wasn't even a plan. It was something I did after work. I had a regular job then, commuted, wore shirts I didn't care about, ate the same lunch every day. I was tired, but I was normal, and there was comfort in that. I started uploading videos because I liked explaining things, talking, being heard. At first, it was harmless. A few views, a few comments. Someone once wrote, "This helped me." I remember rereading that sentence over and over like it was a letter addressed only to me. Back then, success felt far away, abstract, like a lottery ticket you buy without expecting to win. I didn't think I was choosing anything. I thought I was just passing time. When the channel grew, it grew quietly. No explosion, just numbers inching upward. 100 subscribers, then 1,000, then 10,000. Each milestone felt small on its own, reasonable, earned. I told myself I was lucky. I told myself I'd stop if it ever interfered with real life. That's the lie no one warns you about. It doesn't interfere all at once. It just rearranges things. I started staying up later to edit. Not every night, just sometimes. I started saying no to dinners because I had an idea I didn't want to forget. I told people I'd call them back. I meant it when I said it. There was always tomorrow. My parents were still alive then. They didn't really understand what I was doing. They'd ask, "Is this going anywhere?" I'd laugh and say, "It's just a hobby." And then I'd rush home to upload another video. When the channel became my job, people congratulated me. They said I was brave, that I escaped the system, that I was living the dream. I didn't feel brave. I felt busy. Every day came with numbers, views, clicks, watch time, comments. You learn to read yourself through those numbers without realizing it. A good day meant you mattered. A bad day meant you didn't. No one tells you how quietly that seeps into your bones. Relationships don't end dramatically when you're busy like that. They thin out. Phone calls get shorter. Invitations stop coming. People assume you're always occupied because you usually are. I missed birthdays. I missed a wedding. I missed a funeral because I was in the middle of something important. I don't remember what that important thing was anymore. I told myself I was building something for the future, security, freedom, time. Time is a strange thing. The more you chase it, the faster it runs. In my 40s, the channel was big. Bigger than I ever imagined. Brands wanted me. Interviews, events. People quoted things I said back to me like I was wiser than I felt. I remember standing on a stage once, lights too bright, applause washing over me. I should have felt full. Instead, I felt oddly hollow, like I was watching someone else live my life. Success makes noise, loud enough to drown out quieter thoughts. Thoughts like, who would notice if I stopped? Or, who really knows me anymore? I had a partner once, kind, patient, tired. They used to sit in the room while I edited just to be near me. Eventually, they stopped. I noticed, but not enough to change. We didn't fight much. We just became polite strangers sharing space. When they left, it was calm, almost gentle. I remember thinking, absurdly, that I'd finally have more time to work. That thought still makes me wince. The slow cost of this life doesn't come as punishment. It comes as absence. Empty chairs, quiet phones, fewer names in your mouth when someone asks how you're doing. The turning point didn't come with a breakdown. It came with a hospital room. My father was dying. I flew in late, sat beside him while machines did the breathing he could no longer manage. He opened his eyes once, just once. He smiled faintly, tried to say something. I leaned closer, but the words never came. I don't know what he wanted to say. I'll never know. On the flight home, I edited a video on my laptop. I told myself routine would help. The video performed well. People told me it distracted them from their problems. I stared at those comments and felt nothing. That's when it became clear. Not suddenly, but finally. I had been present everywhere except where it mattered most. In old age, clarity is cruel. It arrives when your options are gone. I don't regret making videos, that's important to say. I regret believing success would take care of the rest automatically. I regret assuming relationships were durable without maintenance. I regret thinking people would wait. They don't. What can't be fixed is not the missed moments themselves. It's the version of you that could have been there. That version disappears quietly, and no amount of reflection brings them back. Now, when young people ask me for advice, they usually want tactics, algorithms, growth strategies, consistency. I rarely answer those questions anymore. If you're listening to this and you're young, chasing this life, I won't tell you to stop. I won't tell you it isn't worth it. Only you can decide that. I just wish someone had told me that success doesn't replace presence. It doesn't hug you when the room is quiet. It doesn't remember you before you became useful. The camera will always wait. The upload button will still be there tomorrow. People won't. If this story meant something to you, sit with it for a moment. Not to feel guilty, just to feel aware. I have limited time now. I know that. I make peace with it most days. Some nights are harder than others. When I look at my old videos, I see a younger man speaking confidently about the future. He believed he had plenty of it. I don't blame him. He didn't know. I suppose that's why I'm telling you this now. Not to inspire, not to warn dramatically, just to tell the truth while I still can. The truth is quieter than the algorithm, and much easier to miss.